the Kent Cams 1988 Stock Rod Championship of the World. What's a stock rod? Well, it's 1300cc maximum, the engine, standard engines, no heavy armouring, road tyres, non-contact formula, but it's an economy formula and a good one. Drivers to look out for. Well, obviously number 28, Jim Somerville of Glen Craig, Scotland. He's the world champion and the national champion. The top point scorer this season is number 129, Mick Conlon from Chertsey, second in last year's World Championship, second in the points table, and the local driver with a fine record this season at Yarmouth is number 524, Melly Cooke of Norwich, with a new car for this event. And right at the front of the grid, very fast in practice, Mick Copsey from Lingwood, Norwich. Well, there's also a sprinkling of competitors from abroad and some Irishmen who probably won't have traditional Norfolk hospitality extended to them, as we join commentator Nigel King.
Well, after a wet afternoon here at Yarmouth, it's dried out. We've got a dry circuit as they're all lined up and indeed underway now for the 1988 Kent Cams Championship of the World for these stock rods. And what a lineup you can see there as they all go hurtling towards that first bend. No casualties so far, a non-contact formula, of course, but when you get this many cars all crammed together, there's 27 of them out there on this relatively small circuit at Great Yarmouth, then really anything can happen. A lot of powerful machines there coming through. They're only 1300cc, but there's a lot of power packed under those bonnets. And straight into the lead at the moment is 524, Mel Cooke. Certainly one of the drivers well fancied to do well in this one, from just down the road at Sproston. So 524 is the leader. 309 is second, 129 is third, 363 is fourth. Then it's 125 and 145. They're the first six as they begin to settle down, with this man comfortably in the lead, already beginning to come up behind some of the slower back marker cars. 309, Mick Copsey from Lingwood. Can't afford to let Mel Cooke in 524 get too far away from him. There they are at the top of the picture, first and second. Nice control driving on what is now quite a dry track. There's the second man tracking him. Here comes the rest of the field, a few slower cars, and then we pick up the other places. 129, Mick Conlon running in third place, 363 coming next. Graham Scoyles. The dab of the brakes as he comes around that pit turn. I don't know whether Mick Copsey here in 309 is deliberately keeping a little bit of space between him and the leader, but he can't afford to let that gap really get very much bigger than that. Mel Cooke, although not that old, is quite a seasoned campaigner here. He knows his way around, and he'll be wanting to get a few of those slower back marker cars between him and 309 Mick Copsey, in the hope that maybe Mick here will get held up a little. Mel Cooke weaving his way through, looking to move quite quickly through the slower cars. He's getting a little held up. The 832 car of Andy Rogers from Cradnock up in the Midlands now, just ahead of the leader. There we are, being overtaken. Quite a mixture of cars here. We've got one from Holland, one from Belgium, four from Scotland, and four from up in the Midlands, one from Norbury. That's Gary Chapman in 806, if you see him. Then 808, Roger Cope from Stoke-on-Trent. So quite a mixture, good representation from quite a wide variety of places in this World Championship, and it's a local man who's showing them the way around this Yarmouth track at the moment. Here he is, 524, Mel Cooke, easing past the 60 car of Brian Duncan from Scotland, Lochgelly. Coming up behind now, the 7 car from Northern Ireland, Mervyn Morrow. There's the Northern Irish car on the inside. Mel Cooke deciding to take it on the outside, but a little flick of the steering wheel there, and he just twitches his way through in between. Not the sort of driver that has to only go through on the inside on the safe line. He doesn't mind looking for some gaps on the outside. And there's the man who's defending his title here, the gold-roofed car, 28 from Glen Craig in Scotland, Jim Somerville. But looking at the lap sheets, he is a long, long way down the sheet, and really got no chance at all now of getting in the placings. Mel Cooke from Sproston is the clear leader. 3:09. Mick Copsey is still in second place. 1:29. Mick Conlon is next. Then 1:25. Phil Vanner. Then comes 363. Graham Scoyles. And then 65. Mark Willis. That's the order, and that is the man who is in third place. Came to the stock rods as a former champion in the stock saloons, the hurly-burly and the push and shove of that formula, and he's making a real name for himself here as well. Reigning Southern champion, second in the 1987 World Championship, obviously hoping to do it this year, but I'm afraid his chances are pretty slim because he's a long, long way back. That's 1:29 Mick Conlon. This is the man who I think is going to deny him this championship this year, because Mel is just consistently picking them off one by one. Very cool, very calm. Really having a relatively easy ride this time at the moment. Don't want to speak too soon for him, but things are very much going his way. We're up to 32 laps now, just 8 more to go. And the second place man really is almost out of sight. There's 3:09. Just trying to have a look out of the commentary box window and see here, and there is in fact virtually half a lap now, half a lap between first and second. As the leader went through right below us here on the start and finish line, the second place car was still coming down the back straight. We've now got 34 laps gone, and there'll be 5 more laps to go when they come through next time. The order is still the same: 5:24, 3:09, 1:29, 1:25, 3:63 and 65. Now, Mel Cooke's got to hold his nerve now just for these last few laps. Still quite happy to risk it on the outside. The danger of that, of course, is if the back marker does something silly, you could find yourself into that rather hard safety fence. But all the drivers in this event are indeed the top grade of drivers, because that's how they qualify to come through to the World Championship. They're all star grade. He's even got time to wave a sort of acknowledgement, a thank you to somebody who's moved over for him. So the chances of them doing too many silly things are somewhat reduced compared with a normal race where you may have novices mixed in there as well, who are a bit inclined to get carried away by the excitement. But here's 5:24. Those lap boards ticking away now. There's just 2 more laps to go for this man, just separating him from the championship of the world. That's the second place man, who obviously must be disappointed to see the back end of that 5:24 car getting further and further away. And Mick Conlon, who was second last year, who obviously wanted to try and get it for himself this year, well, he's well and truly down the field. He's going to have to settle for that third place, as the leader now is already inside his final lap. Here he is now, just down the back straight. The checkered flag is ready. He's just got this turn to go. Keep himself out of bother as he comes around here. Down goes the checkered flag on the line. And the 1988 Kent Cams Stock Rod World Champion is 5:24. Mel Cooke from Sproston. And there's that victory salute. He must be really very, very pleased indeed. The man who's chased him home in second place was car number 3:09, Mick Copsey from Lingwood. And having to settle for third place, a little way back from that, was 1:29, Mick Conlon.
Well done. You made it look deceptively easy.
Yes, it did probably look easy. It wasn't easy, but in the traffic, the blue flag worked all right, and everybody moved over and let me through. It does help.
Getting a good start, getting a good position on that grid was important to you, wasn't it?
When the green flag dropped, I got a good clutch start. I was away, and from then, basically, the traffic wasn't anything to worry about until sort of 5 or 6 laps, and we started to catch the tail enders up.
Weren't you taking a bit of a gamble, because this was a new car, wasn't it?
It is a new car, yes. I've raced my old car here all season. It's been going well. We built a new car especially for the event, but we thought, you know, we'd give it a try, and fortunately it's paid off.
A bit dangerous, though, isn't it?
It is dangerous. Something could have went wrong. I was waiting for that unexpected wire to fall off sometime, but fortunately it didn't.
And where'd you get that hat from?
That I don't know. Someone just ran over from the crowd.
Thought it was a winner's crown or something.
I think they're a bit more sort of looking forward to it than what I was.
Good. No, well done.
Thanks very much indeed. Thank you.
So confirmation of the result here. Very good news for Norfolk. They've got 5 out of the first 6. But the big one there is number 524, Mel Cooke, plus hat,